Okay, welcome back, people. This morning, we are going to, take a look at the revised H 248. It's on the committee's webpage and we are going to vote on it this morning. So if you, wouldn't mind opening up your iPads, taking a look at it. I'll, go over the changes that we made as a result of yesterday's conversation. Under Katie's name.
Fine. Okay, I'm gonna go out and go back in. 2.1.
Says 8:25 a.m.
Okay, only coming up with this. I tried the committee test.
Try dropping it down. That's
It's, I don't know what's happening.
I save it as a favorite on my favorites.
No, look.
It's just not loading.
It's not loading.
Oh,
And
yeah, I have that.
You do, so you get it to finally load.
I go out and I come
That's
back.
what I just did.
Yeah, I don't know, on this end of the building, sometimes, it happens on this end of the building.
Oh, it does?
Sometimes,
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to know how to treat your, resolution recipients,
That's like big.
this is, you know,
Gorgeous.
me, this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what Dan does.
That's amazing.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Where'd you get
Yes.
that? Is it like-
I buy them if you ever need one, I have a bunch of them over here.
I do.
I need a dozen on Amazon for $3 a piece. Plastic.
Don't undersell yourself. It's a very nice gesture. It's a wonderful thing to do. I know, we're on live. I did that on purpose.
Can I buy one?
Okay,
Thanks.
okay, folks. All right,
Thank
so
you.
everybody live on version 2.1, 8:25. Okay, so nothing changed on the first page until we get down to the bottom. So this is, you'll recall that we had this big conversation about wanting to separate out to make it clear that there really were two instances where the financial relief could be provided. So one, if there is a center at risk of closing or in have financial issues, or whether they're in the process of becoming licensed or registered. And then the second being when there might need to be assistance to potentially receiving program when another program is closing down. So what we see, we asked Katie to break that into two things. Okay, so you'll see on line 19, the stuff that's being struck out. So it's actually easier to just read it if you can kind of avoid the strikeouts. It's easier to understand. So in order to transition children who are currently served by a childcare program that is closing to a new childcare program in an orderly fashion, the commissioner may provide assistance to the existing or new program to minimize the disruption of services to the affected children. So that's trying to deal with a situation where they were not able to provide assistance to the receiving organization. And originally, Katie just had it to the receiving program, but there could be instances where the existing program is actually facilitating the transfer of the children into the new program. So so that was it. That's the only change that we made in what the department had requested, except for the effective date. We, instead of putting July 1, 2025, because this is a bill that is going to rest over the summer, we said, instead of saying July 1, 2026, we said take effect on passage. Hopefully it can pass early in the session next year. Anybody have any questions? All consistent with what we talked about yesterday? Okay. So I will, first we have to take a straw poll because this is one of those strike all things. Okay. So by a show of hands, who is in favor of the amendment that we are proposing? Okay, that's 11-0. Okay, and now I would entertain a motion to approve draft number 2.1 of H 248 as amended.
So move.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, well, the clerk, my tongue is like twisted. Clerk, please call the roll.
What else in there?
Representative Bishop,
Yes.
Representative Cole.
Yes.
Representative Donahue,
Yes.
Representative Estes,
Yes.
Representative Garofano,
Yes.
Representative McGuire,
Yes.
Representative McGill,
Yes.
Representative Nielsen,
Yes.
Representative Noyes, yes. Representative Steady,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes,
11-0.
and Representative Cole will report this bill.
Wonderful.
And Lori can assist you in getting clean copy and all of that good stuff and getting it down to the clerks. So I don't believe this has to go anyplace else, but I'm always surprised when, a word here or there,
Catching someone's eye.
catches the clerk's office and they say, oh yeah, I think we need to send this someplace else, but I don't think it should have to go anywhere. So if it does not have to go anywhere, then it will be on notice tomorrow and then we would be hearing your report on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right? Let me know if you need any help or anything. Okay. All set? Any other questions? So this afternoon, and a little bit from this morning, you have time for constituent service after floor. I'm not going to be here this afternoon. Just as a reminder, we're delaying action on S36 for one legislative day. So we will be having our report from Representative Bishop on that tomorrow. And just give you a brief update on H91. I had a meeting with the chair of Senate Health and Welfare today, and they're moving to markup. I think there's, more in common than not in common. We'll see.
It's a good start.
We'll see. It's a good start, right? So I think that we will, we'll see a bill come out of their committee at some point in the not too distant future, and it'll then move to appropriations. And the money, the one-time money for the bill is in both the House and the Senate version of the budget. So that is one thing I want to mention to people. So you should look closely at the Senate version of the budget. Okay, so budget is now, it's not just appropriations work, it's our work as well. So you should look at the Senate appropriations budget as well as the language for your respective areas. Okay,
Is the language out yet? Because I looked for it.
it should be out today.
Okay, today. All right. It's not out yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be out at some point today because it needs to, it'd be on notice today.
Okay.
So they'll be voting on it tomorrow.
Okay.
Because they voted it out yesterday.
Okay. So, yeah.
So the language should be there at some point today. We expect, because as this is just customary practice, because there will be a conference committee assigned that will work out the difference between the House and the Senate budget. And that will happen probably starting sometime next week, to be honest. I think that they're moving along on that. So if there are things that are missing or things that you particularly like about the Senate version that wasn't in the House version or vice versa, you should be in contact with your folks on appropriations. And that particular, my guess, it will be, I haven't heard this from anybody, but I'm just using my intuition. It'll be Representative Scheid, Representative Bloomley, and Representative Harrison, most likely on the conference committee. It's important to look at the Senate language and the Senate, what their actions were, just so that we don't have any unintended consequences. So we know exactly what it is that's going to be up for discussion. Okay. And we do have the opportunity to provide, it's not formal, but we have an opportunity to provide input and talk to our colleagues in appropriations, so that they know if we particularly like something or we particularly don't like something. And then it'll be up to them to do the negotiating. So that's something that you can do during this afternoon's time as well. Yes, go ahead.
Can I thank you for partnering me up with Ann Donahue? Miss Eagle Eye. I can pretty much relax. Just thought I would put that on.
No, well, Anne is very seasoned at this work.
And
She,
good at it.
she is very good at it. So, we have good teamwork going on. So, any questions about that, about budget? Okay, and then also next week, just to be prepared for any of your reports that you're working on. We've had 3 reports. We're going to be starting some testimony from some folks as a result of those reports that we heard. And so we'll finish out the rest of the assigned sort of report backs next week.
Ask a question
Yeah.
about something we talked about yesterday is we're gonna do a letter to DCF about or CDD.
Yes.
The request that Let's Grow Kids.
Yes.
We also had the little snafu with the report on the
We can add that into the letter.
Yes,
right.
If we don't
Yeah.
receive it by the time.
yeah, because they haven't responded. I mean, I know Janet's been out.
Yeah, yeah.
but, like I haven't heard, and I thought it might be better if it was more of an official capacity.
So I,
From the committee, so
Thank
I
you.
can work with Katie.
okay, that'd be great. Thank you. I did bring that up at chair meeting last night about the 5-year thing.
Mhm.
And honestly, I think it just wasn't quite yet on Chair Byron's radar. So I'm,
Yeah, it's actually
Presuming
Ledge
it's not-
Council who initiates it and may have done it and it may
It goes
be
through-
in front of GovOps.
it goes
right.
through GovOps
Yep.
because I used to
We have
get
to get it from
thing from
GovOps.
GovOps,
Yep.
yeah. And it wasn't consistent in all committees. But, so for us, at the very beginning of the session, we had Katie and Jen had prepared a document that reviewed all of the legislative reports that were due to our committee
Mhm.
and to the healthcare committee, and they went through those reports, the sort of what the requirements were of those. And that was a little bit hit or miss with other committees. Some Ledge Council did that with other committees and some did not. So they were going to be double checking on that. And then Chair Byron is also going to check back on process. So we'll probably, as a result, get a spreadsheet at some point in time asking us if we want to maintain these reports. So it'll be helpful for us to have the background of having looked at them.
Yep.
Which we'll take credit. We're ahead of other committees on doing that. So, but we have probably a lot more reports that come to our committee than most committees as well. With the exception maybe healthcare, I don't know. Okay, any other questions or thoughts or things you think we should do or cover? Okay, appreciate it and get some sunshine today. And if you need Lori, email her.